Congratulations, you have survived one of the biggest crypto capitulations that we saw in this major sideways consolidation. And if you've been watching my channel, I told you exactly from these regions that we could expect a major sideways consolidation that is going to push all the retail investors out, because I told you maximum pain for Bitcoin and the overall crypto market is not going to be a major dump. No, it is going to be a slow, boring sideways consolidation to push all these retail investors out. And each and every time we came to these fearful moments in the market, this was a great opportunity to buy, because each and every time I told you, if we're going to break this critical level, that I could expect that this is going to be a fast move and a fast recovery all the way back up. And this is exactly what we've been seeing, because all these major whales and institutions, they've been accumulating exactly at the bottom. Because what do they need to buy Bitcoin at huge amounts? Yes, they need a lot of selling pressure, you to sell all of your cryptocurrencies so that they can buy in huge numbers. And this is exactly what we could see in the overall crypto market. But this is about to end, and we could expect that all these bears that have been shorting the market and this major liquidity all the way from these previous highs, and yes, all the way from the previous all-time high, exactly at the levels of 73,000 US dollars, they're going to get wiped out. And I'm going to show you why this is going to be your reward if you've been holding in this major sideways consolidation and accumulating exactly within this range. Because yes, I know it is extremely hard if you invested close to the top or even within this range. Your investment is just going sideways and you're asking yourself, did I make the right decision? Yes, I'm going to show you the full potential that we could reach in this bull market. And yes guys, we're going to look at the price targets for the overall crypto market, but especially for the altcoins, because I really do believe that it's time that we're going to see a major altcoin season, and that all of these altcoins that we've been talking about are going to outperform Bitcoin. So if you want to be smarter than the overall crypto market, make sure to watch the video until the end. Smash up the like button and subscribe, and welcome back to B4Crypto. First of all, we're going to look at the charts, but at the end of the video, we're going to look at some altcoins, and I'm going to show you the full potential during this bull market, and that the altcoins are actually going to outperform Bitcoin. So yes guys, I would invest more into altcoins and diversify into Bitcoin at a later stage in the bull market. And if you want to find out what my top altcoins are for this bull market, you need to be subscribed, because tomorrow I'm going to upload my top 3 altcoins. But first of all, let's go on the weekly chart of Bitcoin to look at the overall price movement. Yes, Bitcoin didn't make it all the way up to the 70,000 US dollars yet. Yes guys, today we have full moon, and I expected that the price movement of Bitcoin is going to come all the way to the 70,000 US dollars, but at the moment Bitcoin is just gathering all these bears to get them absolutely destroyed, because a lot of people would think, yes, this is going to be another lower high for Bitcoin exactly here, because from the previous all-time high we formed a lower high, even a lower high, and now this is going to be the third lower high for Bitcoin. But ultimately guys, I think that the overall crypto market and all these bears are going to get absolutely obliterated if we're going to see that Bitcoin is going to shoot up all the way above the previous all-time high, and the price movement is not going to dump all the way back down, because this is what I expect guys. Yes, the market is going to give you the feeling that we're going to see lower levels again, but ultimately all these bears are going to get destroyed. And before we're going to go on the lower time frames, yes guys, you have survived one of the biggest capitulation events for Bitcoin, because over on X, we can see that in this major consolidation phase, exactly after this previous consolidation that we saw exactly a year ago, we saw that a lot of miners were selling their Bitcoin to be profitable. And exactly that we can see on this chart, that the miners stopped selling, and we even had Germany selling a lot of Bitcoin within this range. So yes, this was this major capitulation and this major manipulation that we saw exactly within this major consolidation phase. But remember guys, exactly 1 year ago, all these levels line up. We had a full moon exactly before we saw this previous breakout, all the way from this previous consolidation phase exactly here. And we could also see that the price movement of Bitcoin once again went under the 13 moving average on the weekly chart, and then we saw this major breakout towards the upside. And yes, we saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weekly candles that went only up from here, and this is exactly what we could expect within this major consolidation phase, because we saw exactly the same scenario. In the previous consolidation, we saw exactly a sideways move of 217 days, and then we saw this major breakout towards the upside, and in this consolidation phase, once again this perfectly lines up. Yes, 217 is exactly here where we touched the last time the 60,000 US dollars, and we saw this break of the 13 moving average on the weekly chart exactly here. And yes, in this previous consolidation, this was exactly the same. We saw this dump underneath the 13 moving average, and then this break of the 13 moving average, this white line exactly here, which started this parabolic run towards the upside. And yes guys, this consolidation period was from March 2023 all the way to October 2023, and then we saw this major breakout. What a coincidence. This consolidation started in March, and at the moment we have October. So yes guys, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. So that's why we could expect this major breakout towards the upside. And remember guys, I'm going to show you why all of these altcoins that we've been talking about are going to absolutely outperform Bitcoin. And we're going to first of all go over to the daily chart of Bitcoin, because this is really going to be important. Yes guys, we can see on the daily chart that Bitcoin is at the moment round about 10% under its previous all-time high. So this is going to be a fast move guys, because remember, we saw this move all the way from the 60,000 US dollars all the way up to the swing high. This was a move of 13%, and this was in a matter of a week. So yes, we could expect this move all the way to the previous all-time high, and this is going to happen extremely fast guys. And yes, if you've entered the crypto market only now, this is your chance to get in before we're going to get this major breakout towards the upside. But first of all, let's look at some retracement levels on the daily chart. If we could expect a retracement all the way from these levels, and perfectly we can see that the 38.2 perfectly lines up with the 65,000 US dollars, which is a major level, because this was our previous resistance where the price movement of Bitcoin during this major consolidation phase got a lot of resistance, and we saw a rejection exactly from these levels. So once again guys, if we're going to hold the 65,000 US dollars, this is going to be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. But be prepared guys, we could also first move up to the 70,000 US dollars and then see a small consolidation exactly within these levels, or we could even come down to the 23.6 and expect the next move towards the upside. So ultimately guys, I'm remaining extremely bullish within these levels. Either we're going to see a retracement all the way back to the psychological strong support, which was previous resistance, which will act as a very strong support for Bitcoin if we're going to bounce exactly from these levels. Or we could even expect that Bitcoin is first of all going to pump all the way to the 70,000 US dollars. But in either case, this doesn't matter guys, because ultimately this is just another manipulation to get a lot of people to sell their coins. And guys, yes, the market is going to do exactly the opposite what the overall crypto market is expecting, because yes, a lot of people will turn extremely bearish if the price movement comes all the way back down. But guys, we need to focus, and to really find out what is going to happen to all of these altcoins, you need to be subscribed, because tomorrow I'm going to make a video, a dedicated video about the top 3 altcoins that I'm holding within this bull market. But first of all, let's go on the 4-hour chart before we're going to look at the altcoin season. And remember guys, if you always want to stay up to date what is happening in the overall crypto market, or even to get access to my free signal group, make sure to join my free Telegram group, where I always keep you up to date what is happening in the overall crypto market. And yes, exactly 9 days ago I posted this over on X. I think the market will move sideways within the range in between the 200 and the 13 moving average until we're going to break the 65,000 US dollars within the week. So yes guys, today is 1 week later. And yes, I said that 70,000 will be reached on the next full moon on the 17th of October. Yes, we didn't reach the 70,000 US dollars, but if we're going to go back 9 days, this was exactly here when I made this post guys. And yes, we can see that the price movement saw this major pump towards the upside. So once again, I was spot on. And yes, let's go on the 4-hour chart, because ultimately guys, this is what we could expect. We are seeing that the price price movement came all the way back into this major box, and yes, we had a high of 68,000 US dollars, and now we're seeing this small consolidation. But overall, guys, this looks extremely bullish, and if we're going to break this trend line towards the upside, we could expect this move, yes, all the way to the 70,000 US dollars, and I do believe, guys, that we're going to reach the 70,000 US dollars or try to attempt to break the 70,000 US dollars within the next few days. This is extremely bullish for the overall crypto market. And let's go over to the altcoins, because if you're going to invest in Bitcoin, if you're new to the crypto space, guys, you're maybe going to make a 3x if Bitcoin is going to go all the way up to the levels of 180,000 US dollars per Bitcoin. But if you're actually going to invest into altcoins and rediversify into Bitcoins, you're going to outperform Bitcoin, because if we're going to go over to X, yes, this is the total crypto market cap, and we can see that after the previous halving, we saw this parabolic break towards the upside after we broke this important Fibonacci retracement level, which was also the previous highs exactly here. We saw this consolidation, and this was exactly in the same time period where we are at the moment, and we saw this major pump towards the upside for the total crypto market. And yes, guys, we're seeing the same scenario. We have formed this perfect bottom after the sideways consolidation, and now we could expect this major move of the total crypto market cap. But what does it mean for all of these altcoins? Yes, guys, all of these altcoins are lagging behind, because if we're going to look at Bitcoin dominance, yes, this is the Bitcoin dominance, this black line, and exactly here in the early stages of Bitcoin, we can see that the Bitcoin dominance was round about 100%, because it was the only cryptocurrencies. And then we saw that other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and also Litecoin came into the crypto market, and then the Bitcoin dominance went down. So yes, this gives us indication how much of the crypto market is invested into Bitcoin. And if we're going to see 100% dominance, this means that the overall crypto market is only invested in Bitcoin. But over the time, we saw that more cryptocurrencies entered the market, but each and every time we are seeing that the dominance drops. We are seeing that a lot of Bitcoin holders are rediversifying their Bitcoin profits into smaller cap coins, into the altcoins. And then we're going to see that these altcoins are actually going to outperform Bitcoin. And yes, on the top, we can see the price movement of Bitcoin, but this doesn't mean that during an altcoin season, the price movement of Bitcoin goes down. We're just seeing a lot of people diversifying from Bitcoin into altcoins, and then we're seeing this major pump towards the upside, because if we're seeing that the dominance goes down, we're seeing that these altcoins are going to get a major push towards the upside, and we can see that the dominance in the previous cycle, so this major dump towards the downside, after it went only up during the bear market, and exactly towards the same time period that we are in at the moment, we saw during the bear market that the Bitcoin dominance went all the way up to 57%, and at the moment the Bitcoin dominance is at an all-time high. But you can see exactly from the time frame that we could expect that yes, we're going to see the Bitcoin dominance go down, and this means that all of these altcoins are going to see a major push towards the upside. And if you're new to the crypto market, these results and these gains that you're going to make within the next year, within this altcoin season, is really going to be face melting. Because if we're going to look at Ethereum and also the Bitcoin dominance during this previous dump, where we saw that the Bitcoin dominance on top went all the way from the levels of 72 all the way down to a percentage of 40%, we saw that Ethereum all the way from these levels at the exact same time period went all the way up to a new all-time high. And yes, we could see that Ethereum in this major altcoin season had a pump of 1100%. And yes, Ethereum went all the way from the price of 360 during this time all the way to a high of exactly 4,600 US dollars. And if we're going to look at the time frame, yes guys, this was exactly 4 years ago. This was the beginning of phase 2 of the bull market, this parabolic stage of the bull market, after we had the bullish phase all the way to the halving. And yes, this is Ethereum, because Ethereum is the oldest altcoin, and we saw this major pump towards the upside. And that's why it's extremely imaginable that Solana, being at the levels of $160 or $140 at the moment, could see a major pump towards the upside all the way to 1,000 US dollars. Yes, this is going to be an easy 5x for Solana within this bull market, and that's why I'm time also accumulating a lot of altcoins at the moment. And guys, if we're going to look at stacks in the same time period, exactly 4 years ago, at the start of this phase 2 of the bull market, we saw that stacks went up 1,580% during this major altcoin season or stage 2 of the bull market, which is about to start exactly here. Because remember guys, the crypto market moves in cycles, and exactly 4 years ago we had the previous Bitcoin halving exactly within these levels, and 4 years after we had the Bitcoin halving exactly within this time frame. And yes guys, this is the beginning of stage 2 of the bull market, and that's why I can expect that stacks is going to make an easy 10x all the way to the price levels of round about $20 all the way up here. So yes guys, this is going to be an easy 10x if you're going to invest in stacks. But if we're going to look at Bitcoin in the same time period, yes, during this last stage of the bull market, this parabolic stage of the bull market, exactly 4 years ago, we could see that Bitcoin went up 575% exactly 4 years ago after this major breakout towards the upside, which actually started exactly on the 19th of October. We saw the last stage of the bull market, and yes, Bitcoin went up 575%, but in the same time period, we could see that stacks went up 3 times as much. Yes guys, that's why investing into altcoins is going to give you this edge in the overall crypto market, and then you can re-diversify during the bull market into Bitcoin. So overall guys, if you want to profit from this major move, make sure to go down in the video description below and sign up to my free Telegram group where I always keep you up to date. And if you want to copy all of my trades, make sure to join my free Signal group. But ultimately guys, I do believe that these bears are going to get wrecked, because if Bitcoin is going to break this level towards the upside after maybe a consolidation all the way back down to the 38.2 or even to the 23.6, or even just go straight up, all these bears are going to get wrecked, because Bitcoin is about to break out from this major manipulation zone. And yes, all these bears that have been making major profits by shorting the market, they're going to get absolutely wrecked. So if you want to be profitable during this next major bull run, which is going to start exactly now, make sure to be subscribed, smash up the like button to boost the algorithm, join my free Telegram group, but most importantly guys, be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.